Okay, everybody, we are now coming across a lot of children that were in the school of Winder, Georgia. And they don't really seem like they're from Georgia. But I know we have a lot of infiltration from Washington, D.C. and smaller towns in Georgia. So I'm a little confused about the personalities that are showing up in front of the camera. These aren't children from Georgia. I don't know where these kids are from. It's really confusing for me to look and watch and see a DC person living in Georgia to abuse a fellow student. That's Washington, DC behavior in towns where you trust your neighbor. So it's like trusting your neighbor, and then they consistently abuse you, and then you forgive, and then they abuse you, and then they abuse you again, and then you forgive, and then nobody wants to listen to you because they're so pretty. So she's so pretty, and so she's like, well, I just don't know how to feel. I just feel so numb. Or the other kid who's talking about how he failed algebra class and how the teacher was really nice to him. Or the little Marquise girl who is, I don't even know what she said, but she's violent. So they're like loving them. They're like, oh my God, we're on TV. We are on TV, but I'm not sure how you can't see how low darkness these kids are. These are only high school students. These kids are evil. This is because of Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. And further back, if you want to talk about this in the Donald Trump era of his presidency, it's because of the fake news media and what they've done to us in influencer modes. They love this attention, don't you, Marquise? You love it. You're loving all the attention. Your friend is standing behind you filming. Oh my God, I think you're going to be a journalist. Yeah, I don't think so. You'll probably end up in prison where you belong. 1, 2, 3. Oh, and then the mother and the daughter who are filming, and she's like, what does she say? The door's locked. And I don't remember what she said, but the mother says she's never sending her kid back to that school again. I'm not really sure why. I just don't feel safe. I never feel safe anywhere I go. Well, yeah, because you're evil. That's the future. These kids are actually bad kids. Bad parenting. This is the bad parenting I was telling you about. This is catering to their bad kids and their bad. This isn't old school parenting. This parent isn't even really that concerned about it. This is the Democrat suppression showing up in your face. And then Kamala Harris has the audacity to stand on a stage in New Hampshire and say that this is offensive, that this is terrible. I just don't know how this could happen. And then she says, Kamala Harris says this, I go into schools and every time I ask these kids, I say, how many people have gone through scenarios where you act as if there's an active shooter in the building? And then everybody raises their hand because it is now a new protocol, just like a fire drill. It's the same thing as a fire drill. I'm not sure, we used to have fire drills all the time. We used to get excited about it. We say, oh yeah, we got a fire drill, so we get to stand outside and we get to miss a little bit of class. Yeah. So all this stuff that they're portraying on TV is nothing more than drama and gimmicks to fuel an agenda with the Democratic Party. So that in the future, we will feel these things. But, at least, Marquise, you got your little 5 seconds of fame. See, that's a little girl who's going to end up on Section 8 and getting food stamps because of the parents, because of the news media, because of people like Mona Van and influencers. She probably will be just as bad as Whoopi Goldberg, because she's already playing her black card on a regular basis against the teachers. So we're actually looking at a war zone anyway. So it is bound to happen in all of your schools because you children are just bad kids. You need to take accountability, folks, and how your children are responsible for this. They are bullies, they are vicious, and they are influencers, or at least influencer wannabes. And that's the democracy that Kamala Harris is fighting for. Reminding you that I have lots of children out there. Not in high school, though. They're little. They're like infants. Your children were not taught how to be good people because you're not good people. Because they grew up in Obama era. You grew up and lived in the Obama era. You all are living Muslim existence. You all are looking for fame and fortune. You all are low life, low energy, low educative. If you support Kamala Harris, you support school shootings. A federal investigation, as CNN wanted to put it. He's 14. You really should, as a lawyer, allow him to go to prison like he's supposed to and to speak the actual truth of what actually happened in that school and what's actually going on in that school to get other people in trouble, to get other students in trouble for all the shit that they put him through. But there is no reason for you to behave like that. They are loving this shit. They are loving the publicity. They're secretly trying to notice how they can go from my voice is being heard. Listen to me. Oh my gosh, it was the scariest thing ever. Oh my God. Like, I was standing there. I watched Kristen Cavallari on a regular basis. Oh my God, it was so scary. I'm just like so numbed out to it. You think that I could be an influencer too? Being kind, I am being kind. This is great. I love this shit. Now I'm prepared for when I do become an influencer. I mean, look at how hot I am. Look at how I convinced all these people of this lie that I'm the victim when I'm actually the villain. The reality is you all don't really want the truth. You want the narrative of the truth to abuse other people because that gets your rocks off. And that is modern day joy and happiness. Win at all costs. And then they pour petroleum juice on you and light you on fire like the Olympic winner. Oh, well, they say no feeling or no emotions coming off of anyone. That's a really big concern. That means you have no morals, ethics, and the value of existence is low. And I don't know if you remember the Wild Wild West, 3:10 to Yuma. You should watch that movie and see how they disregarded people's existence. Like, it was like, whatever. See, you all laid your swords down and are like, well, I'm the police and I'm very sophisticated and we got to do the right thing, but only if it supports the Democratic Party and proves that Mona Van is a beautiful woman. Let's take another photo, Gary V. Let's take another photo, Kamala Harris. Wow, look at Mona Van. Look at all she's done. Now in Germany, we have somebody in Munich running around with a weapon. Whoa, this is just getting even better and bigger. And he's a child too. What the hell did Kamala Harris do to make this happen? Maybe it was when they said that Putin wants her to be president. I mean, that's a freaking joke. Maybe it was when the Philadelphia Eagles said they wanted Kamala. I mean, seriously. Seriously. Yet you still produce content and fake news media. You have no regard for anyone. None. This is literally watching what selfishness looks like. This is literally watching in proven form what selfishness looks like. You cannot miss it. You cannot miss the abuse that your children are putting upon the world. You cannot, seriously not see this shit. Your children are terrorists. Your children in college are terrorists. You as parents are terrorists. The American dream, we're failing as a country. But you still stand in front of the photos, don't you? This ain't Hollywood. This is real life we're dealing with.